Welcome back to Factory Sealed. It is November 15th, 2015. My name's Eric Peterson. Joining me today, Mr. Dan the Catman Curtis.
Hello.
I totally forgot about that sound.
It was a good sound.
Can you give us a flavor again?
No.
Okay, well, you work up to it while I introduce Mr. Tom Reagan.
Nice to be here with you, gentlemen.
You're too polite today, Tom.
He's always polite. He's from London.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello. Hello.
Jess is supposed to be here. It's like 2 hours earlier than we normally do the show. And you guys are...
But she did know.
Yeah, but Dan, you're terrible at responding to things regarding the schedule. But I know I can count on you.
Nobody responded.
Jess responded with a thumbs up, which totally means, yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm ready to start early. I'm definitely not going to be late. Well, guess who's not here?
She's doing well.
Yeah.
Who else? So, how's everybody doing?
To put it in Dan Curtis terms, spiffing.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Quite spiffing today.
Good. I'm well.
Boy, we're just a riveting bunch this morning. Holy crap. What is it, like 2 in the afternoon?
You're not
for you
awake
guys?
yet. You're being distracted by cats being sick outside your door.
Oh, yeah, they're just sitting out there. I think they finally just stopped. I think they've probably filled up two full squares.
They're probably dead. They're just choked to death.
They puked up their intestines. It's probably right outside the door, too. So in the next hour and a half, I'm going to forget. Open the door, walk out.
Oh, but you have a cat. It could be yours.
We have 2 cats.
Oh, well,
It's not going to be somebody else's cat.
Whose cat was
Yeah.
God damn it, that cat from next door has just been sick in my house again.
Oh, maybe that
Tom, that's the stupidest thing you've ever said.
It could easily be his cat.
Would that cat be your cat?
Obviously, it would be my cat.
In your house? Is that your cat?
No, we just leave the back door open and let the strays wander in and puke on our floor.
Oh, see, I
That
thought
cat
you
with the name tag that says your address, your cat.
I thought
Tom,
you
you
said
haven't
it
even
was
got an
outside.
excuse because we've been up for hours.
That's true. I've been up for a good 6 hours. So
Sunday
I want to
Yeah.
hear your explanation on it. Like, what were you...
I honestly thought you meant the cat was outside your front door.
Oh,
On the
no,
pavement.
no.
On the driveway.
It's
whatever,
outside
yeah.
my office door, just hacking up along out there.
Yeah, Eric
Yeah,
sits on
okay.
his porch and does the podcast and then shouts at passers by while he's doing it.
True American right here.
Yeah.
Give me one.
So is one cat more pukey than the
Get
other?
off my driveway.
Is one cat more pukey?
Yeah, is one cat constantly sick and the other one's all gravy?
No, we've got one cat who's got this nasal infection. He's had it since he was a kid, or a kitten, I guess. A kidden.
No.
It's not a thing.
But he'll go into just these random sneezing fits and fling these huge stringy boogers everywhere that if you don't catch them in time, they dry like cement on the paint and they'll peel the paint off the wall down to the drywall.
So just acid.
I don't know what it is, but fuck, they're gross. And there'll be times where he'll sneeze and like it'll come out and not fly anywhere and just stick to the side of his face, and then he'll spend the next 3 minutes trying to eat it.
Oh my god.
awful.
So he'll sit on the back of the couch when I'm playing a game or something, and he'll start his little sneezing fit, and instead of consoling him, I just punch him and get him off the couch so I don't get boogers on me.
God.
He's a
See,
special
cat's
breed.
missing all the cat talk.
Oh, totally.
She loves cats.
He's just a gross cat. I mean, he's great. He's a cuddler. He's a lover. But those boogers, man, I tell you what, they'll get you every time.
Yeah, if you're cuddling a cat and it does that, it's going to put you off. Good God. You can't trust a cat at the best of times, so if it's going to sneeze all over you, it's even worse.
It's the worst, yes. But how are you guys?
Good.
Wide
I've had
awake.
It's good to have you back, Dan,
Thank you.
because you skipped out on us last week.
Yes, I had to go see James Bond.
You wouldn't have really enjoyed the show anyway because you haven't played what we were playing.
Correct.
What?
I didn't
what did
really
you
go
think
to see James Bond. I just knew this.
Oh, I was going to ask you what you thought of the film.
Yeah, you had a pretty
No,
big boner
I did.
for it.
I did go to see James Bond. Really.
Oh, was it good?
Eh.
I was right.
It was just too long.
Kind of like Skyfall.
I liked Skyfall.
Eh.
There was a really long bit in the middle where nothing much happened. And you just say, can you just go shoot somebody now, please?
Who do you think the next Bond is going to be?
Me.
Denzel Washington.
He's old and washed up.
Helen Mirren.
Pretty sure that goes against the whole Bond archetype.
It's very down
Donald
with the
Trump.
times, you know. It's all acceptable nowadays. Donald Trump.
His new
So
president.
funny.
Eric, right? Is Donald Trump a real human? I'm not convinced.
He is.
He doesn't look normal.
Yeah, well, it's that flap of hair.
That hair is like a creature that's alive.
His Twitter account is hilarious because last night they had the Democratic debate, and I was watching it on the internet, and they started a hashtag called DemDebate, and Trump was just making fun of the candidates the whole time, and his tweets were constantly showing up on the side of the live stream to millions of viewers. Just awesome.
Such an.
I love I love the world that we live in. I absolutely love it.
Oh, Eric, have you heard of our Mayor of London, Boris Johnson?
No, is he anything like Rob Ford?
He's just absolutely batshit mental. He's just so funny. There's a clip of him that always makes me laugh. He's wading through like a very small like pond. He just goes in a deep bit and just falls in.
What's his name?
Boris Johnson. And he's got this crazy shock of blonde hair, and he's just so posh and just.
Oh yeah, I
crazy.
have seen him.
And he's in charge of London, and he's just so funny.
Yeah, this is really funny.
He looks like a bad character on SNL.
He's
just-
such a character.
He's just so incompetent, but he's just so funny.
Yeah, he's got this really posh voice, but he says just the most stupid things. And I think it was in the Olympics, he like famously like zip wired and had two Union Jack flags in each of his hands, and then he got stuck in the middle of the zip wire, and he was just floating in the air holding these flags.
I love it when he calls table tennis whiff waff.
Yeah,
Whiff waff.
honestly,
He does.
there's-
There's just a million funny things that Boris Johnson has done.
yeah, there's got to be a compilation.
He even cycles
video
everywhere, and he
YouTube.
just looks hilarious.
He does.
Yeah,
Just visually, the guy looks hilarious.
I know.
Yeah,
Run a comb through your hair, dude. He looks like he's trying to pull off the 12-year-old Justin Bieber hairstyle.
I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up as our prime minister in a couple of years.
yeah. You think he
That's how
wants to
backward
run?
our could. So funny.
What a guy. But yeah, this isn't.
Oh, there's my favorite one ever, right, Tom? Was again at the Olympics where there's just a gif of Boris grooving away to the Spice Girls. It's just so funny.
I don't think I've seen that one.
He's just doing really bad dancing just over and over again on a loop.
Is this the picture of him that you were talking about riding his bicycle everywhere?
Oh, there's loads of them.
His helmet's halfway down his face and the hair's coming through. Hi.
He's such a clown.
Do people
love
like him
Boris.
now?
I don't know. I think people
some
just
people
find him.
quite
I think
endearing.
he's like the politic comedy act.
Yeah.
Like we've got most of our politicians are just idiots, but he's an idiot in a different way, and I think people like him for that.
Maybe he doesn't know he's an idiot.
He's
like
done
the
a
guy
couple of good
you feel
things.
sorry for. And you're like, yeah, let's just be friends with him because he needs a friend.
Oh, poor Boris. We love Boris. Boris for Prime Minister.
Send him over here. Oh dear. So, Tom, has the Paris stuff affected you guys over there at all?
I mean, London's on higher security. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, there's like a lot more police with weapons and stuff just
I don't
patrolling
think
around.
anybody's going to be targeting the little town of Pity Me, Daniel.
No, I doubt it, but I actually have to go to London next week.
Oh,
So-
dear. For what?
What are you doing in London?
I'm going to the Harry Potter experience.
Nerd.
That's how cool I am.
There's lots of police around there. You'll be fine.
Are you going by yourself?
No, I'm going with the missus. She got it for my birthday last year.
She bought
So-
you a gift a year in advance?
Yeah. Well, actually, it was a free ticket, so we could go whenever we want. But we both, no offense, Tom, we hate London, so we've been putting it off for months. And once a month. It just,
Funny.
I don't like London.
Too big?
Everybody's a douche.
Well,
honestly,
we can't all
Eric,
be
like-
Geordie
like-
Chavs.
No, so Crystal, when we were down there, she went to an information kiosk, which I don't know about you, but when I go to an information kiosk, I expect the guy to be quite friendly and want to give information. This guy, she asked him a question about the tube, and he literally looked like she just dropped her trousers in front of him and done a shit. I was just utterly dumbfounded by this.
I think they've done some stuff.
Oh, sorry, Eric. I went to see a comedian last night, and he was actually staying here in Pity Me, and he was like, "I can't believe there's a place called Pity Me."
What was the name of the town that you were telling me about that actually has an exclamation point in the title?
Oh, Westward Ho, down south. Westward Ho.
Yeah, because they're all wanting
Yeah.
to leave England and come to America. Head west, where life is better.
Listen to your cats being sick outside your door.
Yeah, well, at least they have the freedom to be sick outside any door they choose.
So do we.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a town.
Apart from maybe Buck Palace, just don't go there.
Could you carry a gun while being sick outside your door?
No.
Okay, well then. America 1.
Why?
England 0.
Why?
Actually, Jess is rather late today, isn't she?
Yes. I don't think she's going to show up. I think she forgot. Which is
Damn.
kind of a shame because it's a big week for her.
It is.
She is
Fallout week.
Yeah, she is the most intense Fallout fan that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
Jess doesn't buy many video games. Jess doesn't play many video games. But she bought the Pip-Boy edition, and I wanted to hear about it.
Yeah, I wanted to know what's inside it. Do you just get the Pip-Boy for your wrist and stuff? Is there anything else you get?
The game.
Oh, obviously the game. I mean, that would be pretty gutting, right?
I don't
do you
know
get a
what else
Vault?
is in it.
Do you get a Vault 111 hoodie?
No, you get a full jumpsuit,
Oh,
and you get some plutonium.
always useful
Yes.
if you've got a DeLorean in your garage.
You get a collectible metal case.
I used to be into those metal cases till I got one and it dented, and I got pissed off about it because it looked terrible.
But they never fit in your rack.
You know what one doesn't
That's why
fit
I
in the
don't-
rack that pisses me off is the PS3 version collector's edition of Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD. It's
I
about
didn't get that.
Oh,
a quarter inch taller than all the other games, and it just doesn't fit in my rack. So it sits on the outside of it. Like, boy, this looks like garbage.
Just constantly piss you off that room.
Sit on the couch and I look at it and go, "Ugh." Maybe it'll
God
fit
damn.
today.
Spends his days just trying to file it down.
The the ones that really annoyed me were the PlayStation 1 double cases. especially when it only had a single disc in there, like Metal Gear. Because I used to have a rack that was designed for CDs where it would have the actual slots in there where you could tuck it in there and it would sit in its own individual spot. And then if you had a double case, it wouldn't fit at all. And then there's a row on the bottom for just miscellaneous crap, so that's where all of those had to go, and I like all my shit to be perfectly alphabetized. So that just threw a huge knot in my undies.
So I think if you've got a bit of OCD over like how your things are presented or how they look, then if something's a quarter inch taller or it's just doesn't fit properly, then it can really play with you, play on your mind.
Piss me off.
You have to stuff it in a drawer and forget it exists.
Do you guys alphabetize your games? Dan, I know you just shove yours in a closet somewhere.
I did once when I was really bored. But that didn't last.
You have to do it exactly once, and then all it is maintenance from there. It's not like, okay, it's Monday, better alphabetize my game. Unless you're a huge idiot, and every time you pull a game off the shelf to play it, you just slap it back somewhere else.
Don't you find that most of your games now are digital?
No. If I can purchase a game physically, I'd buy it physically.
Why? Because at some point they could just go, right, you don't have that anymore.
Yeah, so... You're purchasing a license to use it. You're not actually purchasing the product.
Yeah, of course.
Plus, I don't like being told when I can and can't play the game.
I like the experience of still getting the box, and like the Fallout 4 comes with a poster which has all the perks on, which is actually a really good poster. And you don't get that with digital releases. Like, I would not buy a collector's edition just because
it comes with extra shit.
Yeah.
No, just because it comes with extra stuff and buy it digitally, I wouldn't do that. If I'm going to buy a collector's edition, I want the physical thing.
Yeah, I guess it depends on things like collector's editions and what the game is.
There's no way in hell I'd spend $90 on a digital game.
Oh, no, I wouldn't buy, like, Fallout 4 is 50 quid on PSN. I wouldn't buy that.
I think if there was some incentive to purchase them digitally, because to be quite honest, $60 includes the cost of pressing the disc, printing the manual, creating the case, shipping it, stocking it. Everybody takes their cut out of that. So when you remove all of that, some of the costs should come down.
Yeah,
agreed. But I read up on this actually, and apparently they don't do it for fear of pissing off retailers because they'll undercut them. So retailers won't want to stock games anymore. So
well, there's going to come a time when things will make a shift to digital. This is PS3 introduced the concept of digital games. PS4 is making it more commonplace. It's just a gradual transition, and there will come a system that's digital only.
Yeah, it's the only way, unfortunately. It's just way more convenient, but I totally get why you'd buy a physical copy.
I mean,
it also means you can have resale value. So if you didn't like it, you can trade it in.
That's the biggest factor right there. Or if you want to give it to a friend. I mean, my mom plays games, and I've got a huge library of PS3 games that she can come over and play, and I don't have to give her my whole PS3.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah, I enjoy the PSN games, the smaller games digitally, like Rocket League and other just small petty games that don't have a physical release. That's fine. But if it's a big AAA title that I'm paying for,
I agree.
You know, I think I'm going to go out and pick up the Shovel Knight physical copy on PS4 just to have it.
Yeah.
Are they still releasing that?
Yeah, it's already out.
You know, for me, again, it comes back to not everybody has fast internet yet. So if you're getting a AAA game, you're waiting a long time for it to download.
Well, with that, they need to implement preloading.
Yeah, because I could just go down the shop, get it, put it in. But in the case of Fallout 4, I want to talk to you guys about how install times for games now as well, because that took ages.
Yeah, but
Can I just tell you what I did during the install time?
Took a nap?
No, I did. I just got back from Manchester, so I popped it in. I went to the toilet. Then I had a shower. did my hair, went out to the shops, went shopping, come back, and it still wasn't done. It took forever.
But you missed an entire movie while you were doing that.
Yeah, but I had too much
movie?
to do because I'd been out the night before, so...
Well, it's not really a movie. It's this...
It's
explanation of special.
It's,
yeah, it's Vault Boy going
Yeah.
through the explanations of the different skills. And to be quite honest, I think it only took about 15 minutes.
And then it loops through. It just repeats, right?
No.
Oh.
They go through all the They go through the whole acronym of special, and then once it's done with the L, it's done. And
Okay.
I honestly don't remember it taking much longer than 15 minutes.
Mine took 40.
But if you're just installing, that's obviously just not using the internet connection, right?
Yeah, that's...
How did it take...
yeah,
why was it taking Dan so long?
I think Dan's special.
Got a special PS4 that takes longer than everyone else.
I'm gonna install.
Or Eric's brain just completely switched off when it was happening again, and it didn't take 40 minutes.
He came to, and he had like 5 minutes remain. He was like,
There's-
"Oh, that was quick."
It's ready.
It's a good skill to have, to just be able to turn your brain off. I mean, it's like free time warp.
Oh yeah.
It's like surgery. Just boom,
So-
4 hours later.
The PS5's out.
Were there any day one massive patches on Fallout 4?
I don't know
Not
if
a
it was
huge
massive,
one. It was
but
one.
yeah.
How big was that?
I haven't, considering it's a Bethesda game, hit that many glitches yet.
The only glitches that I've fallen into with it have just been it taking a while to leave a crafting station, or somebody finishes a conversation and the camera just kind of hangs on them. Like, gonna say anything else? Oh no!
Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
that's happened to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
but nothing like Skyrim with the backwards dragons and the giants that whack you in the air. And
I wouldn't call this a glitch, but it was just a moment of hilarity last night where I walked into a shack to talk to these people, and I'm going through this really long conversation, and out of nowhere, this suicide super mutant comes charging through the door and blows himself up and everybody in there and sends my guts flying across the room. And then a trophy pops up on the screen going, touchdown, and takes a screenshot of my screen and just my guts everywhere. Like, no idea what the concept of that trophy was. Couldn't find an explanation for it. Just touchdown.
I got that too. I think it's when you get something kills you really quickly or something. Don't know.
It was hilarious because the guy looks at me. We're in the conversation, and they'll still react to what's happening. He's like, "Huh, what's out there?" And just dead.
I like that the PS4 takes a screenshot when you get a trophy, but most of the time it's just a black screen. Like, it's just the game is loading. If you get
Usually
a trophy,
it's like a picture of my trophy screen because I've immediately pressed the button.
It just caught me so off guard. I'm trying to read about what it is, but let's take a few minutes. I know that this isn't a retro game, clearly, but this is one of the bigger games to come out, and I feel like we should talk about it a little bit because I feel like this particular game is very polarizing. You either love it or you hate it. There's really no in between.
Do you think?
Yeah,
I've been reading a lot of people's thoughts, just keeping up with the chat on the Twatter, and people either super love it or like, yep, done, not playing it.
I'm not seeing a 50-50 split. It leans more towards people love it, but I'm seeing more negativity than I thought I would.
But it's very divisive. It's like you like
I think
it
that's
or
just
you
the
hate it.
society we have now. People latch onto a negative and just go nuts with it on social media.
Well, I think
It's just
what I sent you a message the day before it came out and said, the more I read about this, the less I'm really interested in wanting to play it. And that's kind of my own fault because for the longest time I stopped reading about games before they came out because I'd buy it based on the merit of, okay, am I interested in this? And I'd vote with my dollar. Because I've got a buddy who does that. He'll read every available piece of literature about every single game. He'll watch every preview. He'll watch every review. and then he'll play the game, and then he'll just recite all of the negatives that those people watched in that game, to which I'm thinking, would you really have even noticed that if you wouldn't have watched all that crap?
Well, you probably wouldn't. That's the thing. Anybody can post a review nowadays, and that's the way it is. It's just people look for the negatives in things.
And this actually felt like that. I mean, I feel like Fallout 4 is it's kind of a technical marvel. It's a huge game. There's a lot to it. And I guess based on previous Fallout games, I know you really enjoyed 3 and New Vegas, and I played them for what they were, but I didn't enjoy them because they felt empty. And I understand, yes, you're playing in the post-apocalyptic wasteland, but shit can still be happening in that world. Look at Skyrim, for example. There's shit going on everywhere in Skyrim. So when I picked up Fallout 4, I'm like, okay, well, it's going to be big and empty and not a lot of stuff going on. But everywhere you turn, there's shit going on.
Oh, yeah.
I've
lost track of the amount of times I've been killed.
It's not just enemies killing you in the wilderness either. It's, okay, here's a hut. Here's these people going on. What's their plight? Oh, shit, they're attacking these people. Like, you're actually part of this living, breathing city.
Yeah, as you delve more and more into it as well, it gets even more. When you get to the bigger cities and stuff like that, I don't know if you have already, Eric, but
yeah, I've made it into Boston.
What happens is you just get so many different quest lines popping up, and you're like, where do I go?
I'm trying to quell that a little bit, because that happened to me in Skyrim, where I would look at my quest list and go, I guess I'm just going to go walk around for a bit. So I'm trying to clear things out as they come up. I know which ones are the main storyline quests, so I'll just, if I can avoid those, I can, but I'm going to not let it pile up to 50, 60 quests again.
Yeah. It took me forever to get a decent weapon and some armor. I just kept dying all the time.
You suck.
No, it really gets difficult very quickly.
See, I haven't played Fallout 4, so what are the key differences between 4 and 3?
There's actually stuff happening in this game. That's the big... Seriously, that is the biggest difference.
Is the difference like your karma system and stuff, or is that more or less the same?
I don't think the karma system's in it anymore.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so either.
It's your companions react to what you do. So,
okay.
But if you utilize anybody other than your dog, you're wasting your time.
Why?
Because the dog is the best.
It's actually not.
Well, educate me.
Well, basically, your companions, if you have a human companion, they will get involved in your conversations with other people.
Really?
Like, yeah, you can be talking away, and then they'll just jump in and say something, and then it opens up new dialogue choices and stuff.
Huh.
So,
I like the dog because he'll run towards enemies and pull them down.
Yeah, it's useful, but your other guys can distract enemies as well. So
I like the dog because he'll run in, he'll distract a bunch of people, I'll lob a grenade on him, kill everybody, go shove a stim pack into his neck, and then we'll be good to go on our next adventure.
Is the building part of the game fun?
What, Dan?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, the building bit is fun, but it's really, like Eric said to me the other day, it's very clunky on console.
It's not very intuitive. It's very, very overwhelming.
Okay.
You can
spend
lose
hours and
yourself.
hours in it.
You can lose yourself very quickly in it. And it's not because it's like, oh my God, this is so engaging. It's because, how the hell does this shit work?
I figured it out, though, and I quite enjoy it now. Have you seen my through this stupid building I was making?
Yeah.
It's got like a ghost of sanctuary now, and it's got steps going up to it. But I've run out of wood, so I can't build more.
Have you been demolishing all of the homes in your sanctuary town? All the destroyed homes?
Yeah, I've done that. I've taken away all the trees. I'm all out of wood. I don't know how to get any more.
There are certain things that are very difficult to come across. I was like 14 hours into the game and hadn't come across any aluminum yet.
Aluminum?
Yeah. Aluminum.
Aluminum cans.
What about leveling up? Do you feel like when you level up you get stronger? Because and I heard that it was a bit different in terms of in 3 you applied points to different skills.
Still
is it the same
thing.
in Fallout 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
But you can dump points into the same skill to level it up, and like if one of them is 20% damage, next point is 40%, and so on. So you kind of have to be a little picky and choosy about what you go on with. Dan, did you feel like the story took a few minutes or a little while to really get its feet under it?
I haven't dabbled that much in the storyline. I tend not to with these. I tend to go back to it once I'm stronger.
I just meant right away from the beginning.
I liked it. I thought it set it up a bit better. It's got that kind of element of intrigue around it.
It was almost a little too rushed. It's like, oh, hey, wake up. Let's go play with the baby. Oh, my God, bombs are falling. And then you head to the vault, and there's this town, and 3 people make it into the vault.
I like that sense of urgency, though, because that's what you would have to do if it just suddenly happened. I
was killed by the bomb the first time because I walked out, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to go dick around in town. Dead.
Oh, did the credits roll after that?
Yeah, game over, Bethesda. Here's who made this game. Oh, glad I paid
I didn't even know that could happen, so...
Yeah, well, I like to dick about.
Yes, you do.
No, it's...
I think we need to talk about your character.
Oh, my God.
I was going to say, what did you guys call your character? Did you just...
Well, okay, so here's the thing. This game has the most, I don't want to say the most, one of the most robust character creation screens I've seen in a long time. It's not just sliders. You actually interact with the face. And I put it in, I finally got around to playing it at about 10:30 the night it came out. And at about 11 o'clock, oh my God, I was pissing myself on the couch laughing. I had actual tears streaming down my face making my character. Christy's sleeping on the couch, and she wakes up. She's like, what are you laughing at? And she looks at it and just busts out laughing. It's so funny. The stupidity that you can inject into your character is just awesome.
You said to me what you were laughing at in particular was the way the wife would talk about it.
Oh, yeah. So as you're creating your character, you're in your home bathroom trying to share a mirror with your wife. And that's where you can choose if you want to be a male or a female. And as you adjust different things, you'll be like, ooh, your lips are what really drew me to you. Like, oh, I love your lips. And it's something about strong cheekbones. And I could gaze into your eyes all day. So the more retarded I made my character, the more sensual things got. And it just compounded on top of each other. It's like, oh, man, just too much. So I gave him just this absolutely hideous face that this relatively gorgeous woman looked at and be like, can't wait to get some of that. I mean, his cheekbones came up and covered half of his field of view. His nose was pushed out at the top and like curled inward and up on the bottom.
She has specific tastes, I'll give her that. God.
But I didn't know that the name you choose at the beginning is the one that they're going to call you. I figured, okay, this is the name for my save file. So I just put my name in for that. But I wanted to name myself something stupid like Ass Titties.
Oh, God. It's only actually Codsworth, the butler robot, who says your name. But the minute he said my name, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I literally just I did a double take. I was like, did he just say my name?
They made a huge deal out of, they'll say your actual name. Well, in the 15 hours I've been playing, I've heard it 3 times.
Yeah, it's only that guy, the robot butler, who does it.
Yeah.
So if he follows you around, he will say it, but nobody else does.
It would have been a lot to have all the voice actors say like 16,000 names.
Oh, God.
I kind of I wish you could rename your character because I've looked at the list of names you can have and some of them are so stupid.
Do they allow any sort of stupid, dirty names?
You can be called Titties.
You can be Assface. I know that much.
Oh, I may need to restart.
I think you do.
Oh, God.
It's definitely interesting. I'll give it that much. I don't know if it's a game that I'm going to dump hundreds of hours into like I did with Skyrim, but I'm definitely going to play a lot of it. At least until Just Cause comes out.
Oh, when does that come out?
I forgot about that.
December 1st.
It's in your calendar.
2 weeks.
It's nearly Christmas.
Dan, I have a prediction for the Fallout story. So at the beginning,
What
and
is it?
This isn't spoilers because this happens 3 minutes into the game, so get over it. You're frozen in the vault, and
Yes.
your wife is holding your baby in a cryo chamber across from you. You wake up.
Yes.
Are you done being an idiot?
Yes.
Your wife wakes up, or you both wake up. These raiders come in, steal your baby, kill your wife, and then you get refrozen. And then you wake up, and that's the whole premise of the game is you're trying to find your baby son. And I didn't think about this until one of my buddies was talking to me about it, and he said, I predict...
So you don't predict, your buddy
I'm
predicts.
on board with it now.
No,
Actually,
you're not getting credit
together
for
we generated the thought process.
that. Okay.
Because he said something to the effect of, well, you don't know how much time passed between the time you woke up to the time you were refrozen and woke up again. You don't know how long.
Thought that straight away myself.
So my prediction is that you're going to eventually at some point come across your son, and he's going to be the bad guy. Ultimate final boss.
Yep.
Well, excuse me.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
That's my prediction.
I think that's what's going to happen as well. I think I'm further ahead in the storyline than you, so I don't want to say anything.
I don't think you are.
Have you met a man named after a breakfast cereal yet?
Kellogg?
Yes.
Frosty.
That's his name?
Frosties. It is. There's a guy named Kellogg, yes.
No, I have not met him.
Seriously.
Then you are not as far as me.
I just cycled through all the cereals we have here in America and went, that sounds like the only normal name.
Oh my god, Count Chocula's in it?
Frankenberry?
Oh my god, it's Lucky Charms.
Oh, Captain Crunch is in this?
Oh my god, Rice Krispies?
Snap,
I wouldn't put it past Fallout, though, because that's the beauty of it, all the stupid things they put in it. Have you encountered the town that's run entirely by robots yet?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
Did you come across the church basement that had a shrine to a cat?
No.
And then there's a cat in
Was that the reserve? The reserve place? Was the trapdoor in the church? And then there was some raiders down there.
There were some ghouls down there.
No, I haven't
it's in the
found that
middle
one.
of Boston, and there's there's a bunch of radioactive material out in this graveyard, and then if you kill all the ghouls in there, run past the barrels, you can go into this trapdoor, and down below there's some ghouls, and there's a picture of a cat playing with a ball of yarn, and then there's some sacrificed meat, and then there's a cat walking around the meat. Just a cat
Throwing up.
meowing, like an actual, not demon cat. So I shot it and held it up to the picture to see if anything would happen, and it didn't. So I dropped it.
How do you actually pick things up?
Just hold X. I tried to pick up the Lurkmeyer Queen, but it's like, this is too heavy.
I love Fallout for that, though. That if you talk about baseball in Diamond City,
No.
oh, he's like, he says he explains to you basically what baseball is, and then he goes, these guys would get together on a field and two teams, and then whoever won would be the one who beat the others to death. And because you're guys from back in that time, you go, no, that's not how you play baseball. And the guy's like, yes, it is.
Did you see that the MLB is all up in arms over a Fallout modder for modding in one of the Red Sox players?
No.
Yeah, they modded in one of the Red Sox players to hit people with a baseball bat. MLB's like, you need to take that down. That's copyright infringement.
Really?
Yeah.
God's sake.
Christ.
It's definitely there's a lot to it. I'm pleased with it. Happier than I thought I was going to be. So we'll leave it.
I'm finding it very difficult though. That's what I found difficult to get past.
You have to be able to autosave very frequently.
Yeah.
I just can't believe you can shoot cats.
I can't either. I think I took a
You
screen share
You can
picture
shoot
of it.
whatever you want.
I think your cat saw that and it's sick as a result.
If he's
Yeah,
willing to
it's
do that to a
disgusting.
digital cat, what will he do to me?
Exactly.
That's how
Violent
cat talks.
games. Yeah. Jess won't be killing any cats. She'll be saving them.
Oh god, if there were horses in this game, whoo!
Oh, with the Red Dead Redemption
I would
tails.
get nothing done. Those were
There's
good
plenty
days.
of other things to shoot instead.
Did you know you can cow tip?
No.
If you sneak up on the, what are they called, Brahmins?
Yeah.
If you sneak up on them, you can activate them and tip them over.
I know what I'm doing later.
I haven't been able to do it, but I was reading about it.
I found my first Fat Man missile launcher the other day.
Did you find it in the city in one of the tubes?
No,
One of those
I found it
concrete?
I found it in one of the story missions.
Oh. I can't find any
Okay.
missiles for it.
I've got 3, I think, but I haven't used them yet. I'm waiting for something really devastating to come my way. I
Like
got
a cat?
completely just yes. I found like a big hole in the ground where I assume a missile must have hit or something. And you could go down into it, and then I hit VATS, and it showed me that there was a death claw hiding in like a container, and I was like shit, and just ran away because I was like no. It's one of the first things you do. Kind of a spoiler, but not you. You get in a suit of power armor and you fight a death claw. But because you're in the power armor, you can fight it. But yeah, I couldn't afford it. It would have destroyed me.
I just stood inside of a doorway and unloaded into it, and he was dead in no time.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about the power armor, though, as well, because it's different
I don't
to
ever
how it
use
was.
it.
It's in, well, basically in 3 in New Vegas, power armor was just some armor that you could put on and wander around. In 4, power armor is like a limited resource. It's like basically a walking mech that you can get into. And you have to find fusion cores to power it, otherwise you go really slowly. And you can use it if you want or not. But it's, to be honest, I don't like it as much as... Because one of the big deals for me about Fallout 3 was the first time I got my power armor, and I was like, right, I'm quite powerful now. Can go and do stuff. But I don't like the new walkie tank thing.
Well, wherever you leave your power armor is where it stays. So if it would transfer between your different power armor stations, that would be
But
nice.
you can actually find other ones out there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like I found a key in a safe which unlocked a trailer where there was another set of power armor in there. And then I wore it for 2 minutes and then got out of it and then just left it. I don't know.
Tom, are you picking up Fallout?
Yeah, probably in the new year.
So like 6 years from now? Because didn't you just buy New Vegas yesterday?
I'm really I'm never up to date with games. I always wait for a while until they drop in price.
Have you told Dan how many games you played between 2009 and 2012?
No, actually, probably 2009 to 2011. Actually,
Okay, so
I probably played I don't know. I think I've probably played about 5 games, legitimately.
My God.
So I'm playing catch up with certain series of games. Like, I still haven't played Uncharted 2. I've finished the first one, but I haven't played the second one, so I need to get on with that. And I only just finished The Last of Us. So
What?
I'm a little bit behind on certain series of games.
This is a disgrace, Tom.
I'm sorry, I knew you'd be so disgusted with me, Dan. That's why it had to be Eric that brought it up, not me. I'm silent about that kind of thing.
But at least you have time for Popolo Croy.
Exactly.
At least you're playing more games now. That's the important thing.
I am.
Dan, did you listen to our Popolo Croy show?
I have not had time, Eric. I've been out most of the week.
I think you would like that game.
I probably would.
I think
I listened to the first 45 minutes or so at work at the podcast, but I just haven't had time. Like, I was at the big greasy men wrestling each other on Monday. It was
how was
pretty
that?
awesome. It was so good.
Apparently Wayne Rooney was there.
He was.
And he got he slapped
punched
someone.
Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
Wade Barrett, yeah. And it was just so crazy. It was even the day after, people wandering around Manchester still did chants and stuff. It was just so
That's
funny.
so cool. Yeah, I'd love to go
and
to
I don't know. I don't know.
event.
I don't know if you know anything about the WWE, but the Undertaker was there.
Ooh,
And,
nice.
And Undertaker hasn't been to England for about 10 years or something. and just
Oh,
the
geez.
place went insane.
I didn't know that. I used to be a really big fan of WWF when it was called WWF back in the day. But I haven't really caught up on it lately because you can only really watch it on Sky, I think, and I don't have Sky TV.
Oh,
You guys are
Which is-
grown
I do,
men.
it's fun.
The games used to be amazing, like SmackDown and stuff.
Oh yeah,
They were
the
really
N64
good.
one was great.
Oh, that was No Mercy, wasn't it?
I think so.
The N64 one. Yeah, I just remember the PlayStation ones were really awesome. Like, especially when they brought the second one out and they had like tables, ladders, and chairs, and I Quit matches, and Hell in the Cell.
Yeah,
I used to just play it with my mates all the time, like 4-player tag teams and stuff.
they actually stripped a lot of it back on the new ones. Like last year's WWE game was pretty shitty because they just basically focused on the graphics and took everything out. This year's sounds better though, so we'll see.
I've not played any since the THQ days, so I'm not sure what.
The pinnacle of the series was SmackDown Here Comes the Pain for PS2. That was the best.
Was that when they introduced the grappling system?
I think it might have been. It was the one with Brock Lesnar on the cover.
Yeah. I remember that.
It was good.
Yeah, they're good,
Eric's just
good games.
Yeah, they were fun. They were hilarious back in the day. You could just. I remember there was a glitch. There was a glitch on SmackDown too, where you could fall off the stage in a certain way and then do a roll, and then your character would start climbing in midair, and you could get higher and higher and be fighting above the ring.
Yeah, I remember that.
So funny! It was so funny.
Oh, man. But did you ever play WWF Attitude on the PS1?
Yes, that was a good game too.
That was really it was so different, but it was strangely good because I liked that it had blood mode on it. So you could proper smash in your opponent with it had just the most ludicrous weapons as well, like a TV set and stuff that you could just get from under the ring. Yeah, that was such a bizarre game, but it was really fun.
They are good.
Good times.
My brain.
Eric hasn't played any for ages.
Yeah,
You don't like wrestling games?
not at all.
Do you like fighting games in general?
No.
So you like Street Fighter, Tekken, Dead or Alive?
Oops.
Oh, sorry. I got
Oops.
sidetracked because I told
cat's
Jess the
being
wrong
sick,
time. I actually put PM instead of AM.
Oh, shit.
Oh dear.
That's my fault. Oh, God.
Man,
Well,
now I feel bad.
I
You
feel
should
bad too. We made fun of her pretty heavily.
Oh, yes. You did
Yeah,
say
but
so. Yeah.
she knows you and should know that you're wrong. So
Yeah, I was wrong with two things here because my math was off for Dan and Tom.
yep, I was sat here an hour early, just waiting. Nobody was here.
Well,
What's
I
happening?
find it very hard to believe that you struggled for something to do.
I did.
Yeah. You just sat there at your screen. When are my friends showing up?
Oh yeah, I've been here all day since I got up. Just wait.
Podcast today. Whole day's blocked off.
Yep.
So, what, without getting too much into the rest of the Popolo Croy stuff, how far are you, Tom? Are we going to make our deadline of Friday?
I reckon so. I've only done the first book and then a couple of little bits on the second. I think it's another 7 hours, to be honest.
Have you made it to New Gammy Gammy Castle?
No. You go back to Gammy Gammy?
New Gammy Gammy Castle.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
even worse than the first one.
I don't understand, because Gammy Gammy Devil is with you the whole game. How did he have time to rebuild a castle?
He's not... Remember that after the end of the first story, everybody went their separate ways?
Oh, yeah, true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, scratch that.
He's living
I'm
in
stupid.
Godriff now. In a cardboard
yeah.
castle. And that's where I'm going to leave it.
Okay, cool.
It's
yeah,
really
I think
good. The story is getting really good.
Yeah, it's getting harder, though.
Much harder.
Like, I've died 5 times, and I never didn't die at all in the first book. So, just some grinding, I think, has to happen.
Oh yeah, just don't run away from battles. You'll be fine.
Is that what you were doing in the first book?
I ran away from a good few.
Because you were on a bit of a time limit.
Yeah, I was trying to get to the end.
There's nothing worse than like having to finish a game by a certain point because games take so long. It's not like reading a book or something. You can blaze through that.
So
That's another thing with like reviewing Fallout. There's so much in Fallout. You could probably play it for 2 months straight and not see everything in Fallout. So how can you form a cohesive review?
Did you see that Bethesda gave them an embargo on the review embargo?
Yes. It was
you
craziness.
can't talk about your review until this day.
Yeah.
Like, not release your
What
review.
is
You
that
can't
about?
talk about when you're going to release your review until
One website broke the embargo.
the review embargo.
Yeah. They
Who's
posted
that?
it on November the 9th, I think.
See, I think more video game characters should have not characters. Websites should have control over when they post the reviews. Like, it's so wrong how they have control over when the reviews come out.
Well,
I think
what it boils down to is if you break the embargo, we're not going to send you a review copy anymore. So that's pretty much the main reason not to break the embargo, because if you do, they're not going to send you another game, and those huge games are hundreds of thousands of views, which translate directly into money.
Yeah, but on the other hand, the game company wouldn't not send somebody big like IGN a game because they need the publicity. So
Yeah.
I think it's just such a screwed up system. It needs revamping.
I think that a review embargo should be a few days before the game comes out.
Definitely. Like, as soon as a
Yeah.
game has an embargo on that's after the date, I immediately assume there's something wrong with it.
What was the recent game that came out that had that issue?
Didn't Tony Hawk's 5 have that? Like, they just weren't getting copies out quickly enough or something?
No, there was
Maybe.
actually a game where the review embargo was after it came out.
Oh.
Was it an
I'm not
Assassin's
sure.
Creed?
No, Assassin's Creed reviews are out early this year.
Well, I meant last year, Unity.
I don't like reviews in progress either, which keeps happening.
Is that where they just write half of it and then they continue
Yeah.
to edit it during the week or something? Okay.
It's just irritating.
Yeah, that's you're not just going to keep revisiting that one page to see when they've
They'll put
updated it.
updated in the title.
You want a verdict there and then. Yeah. But I don't know when those big outlets got Fallout 4, but it must be pretty tough to review something like that. How do you play enough of it to then review everything in a concise and clear way? I mean, I know if it's their job, they have to play a lot and stuff. But like you say, it sounds like there's a lot of side quests. There's a lot. The world is huge. You've got to cover all bases to give a accurate review so that people know whether to spend money or not.
It was Assassin's Creed, Eric. It was last year's Assassin's Creed Unity, which was it was the day after when reviews could go out.
Jeez.
Which is because that game was so broken.
Oh, I remember the BBC News story. Like they were just capturing screen grabs of like big textures missing on like people's faces and stuff, and the models were just completely screwed up. I never played.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's bad.
This year's Assassin's Creed though was very good indeed.
Yeah, I've heard it's a good one. I think a lot of people shied away from it because of the annualized Assassin's Creeds haven't been up to scratch, but this one
I think it was
seems
because
to have been
last year's was so bad. Everybody went, no, you know what? This is taking the piss now. If you're not going to make a good game, we're not going to give you any money for it. But it is very good.
Did you ever play the digital only one? I think is it Assassin's Creed Chronicles or something?
No, I had no interest. One Assassin's Creed a year is enough for me.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Are you pretty much done with that one now that Fallout's out?
Yeah.
Have you beaten it?
Yes.
Jesus.
It's based in London, isn't it?
It is. And it
You
has...
still hate London.
Yes.
But you like jumping around it. It's good fun to jump around on.
Yeah, but on this new one, you get like a rope launcher, so you don't have to spend forever climbing up buildings anymore. So you get near a building, hit L1, and you go straight to the top. It's excellent.
Nice.
It's basically completely stolen from Batman, but it's really good. It's what it needed, because it was just janky as hell to get up buildings usually.
See, the Batman games are another series I totally missed, so I've almost finished Arkham Asylum.
Oh, finally! Such a good game.
That is a great game. I know, Eric. I know you don't like it.
So boring.
No,
It's so
dude,
good.
it's really
So
some of the game design in that game. I totally see why it was
boring.
rated so highly.
It's so like Metroidvania style, where you get more things
Yeah.
to progress through the world as you go along.
There's lots to do, and it's just
Wait
good
until you
voice
get to the
acting and
sequel.
stuff.
Wait till you get to the sequel.
I've got that. I've got Arkham City. I've not played it.
It's so good. I've played that one about 8 times.
Oh, jeez.
Should we move on to the
Yeah.
games that we actually were supposed to be playing for this week?
All right, Mister. I hate Batman because he's too cool.
It's just, I've said it 1,000 times. The combat is so boring.
No,
It's
you feel like
great.
Batman. You feel so strong.
Square.
Eric, what do you do for the combat in Fallout?
It's
R2,
shooters.
R2.
I hardly ever use VATS.
So you basically
That's-
hold L2 and keep pressing R2.
No, there's strategy involved.
The strategy on Batman?
No, there's not. I made it through that entire game, never once pressing triangle. And everyone's like, you gotta press triangle to defend. No, you just hammer square faster than the people can come at you.
Yeah, but then you don't get cool combos
Why do you need to do it if you can do it the easier way?
So you can
because it
unlock
looks
stuff.
awesome.
I see why you like it. The story stuff is pretty cool. The world is cool. I just something about
And
it
I just
went.
I just did the Crocs layer bit, which was pretty cool.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that was good. That's where I am at the moment.
You should get the
But
PS4
anyway.
one as well, Tom. It's very good.
Oh, yeah, I will. I'll get around to that.
Good
But miss out Origins, right?
No, it's still really good. Just
okay.
not up to scratch with the others
Ah,
because it's not made by Rocksteady.
who
There you
are
go.
based around the corner from where I live.
Go
I met a
impress
guy
yourself.
who produced.
Go
I met
work
the
there.
guy- I know. It's such a little
Give us
building as well.
insider knowledge about what they're doing next.
I met
Stay-
the guy who produced Arkham Knight on a random day out.
Sweet.
Some guy from Montreal just came over and he was working for a good year on Arkham Knight and sounded like an amazing job that he had. He was like, "Yeah, we're having a launch party soon, just to celebrate Arkham Knight's release," and like hiring out huge venues and just getting loads of food and drinks and stuff. Just sounded really good. But everyone playing Arkham Knight dressed as Batman. Yeah.
Right, Eric, you can talk about retro games now. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've only got about 20 minutes of the show left. So we may as well get to the get to the retro stuff. I don't really know how much of it we actually played or you guys played.
So what did we have this week?
This week, Jess recommended the lovely ice hockey for NES.
It's just called ice
didn't-
hockey, right?
I played less than 3 minutes of it, and I bet you I could write an accurate review.
I played one match.
Oh, you made it further than I did.
I played no
Okay.
matches.
Right.
As far as hockey games go, I understand the NES only has 2 buttons, but goddamn.
I know. And yeah.
For
I don't
some
even know where to
reason, your
start.
goalie sucks constantly.
He sucks bad, yeah.
I think the puck was on the opponent's side of the court for 4 seconds of the 3 minutes that I played.
I didn't score once.
And every single time the opponent shot, they scored. I gave up when it was like 12-0.
Yeah, the controls weren't very responsive. You were just pressing pass and nothing was happening. I don't know
Well,
if
you
that
can
if you
switch
have
your
that as well.
character and then try to intercept the puck,
Yeah,
but your net is so damn big. It's like 2 nets side by side. Like, this is too hard with a single hockey net. Let's make it 2. And your goalie is.
I found my teammates were always on their ass, just sliding around, and I didn't like that you couldn't choose Great Britain as a team.
I made all my characters look like Mario.
Can you do that?
Yeah, when you do the team select, you can highlight the characters and change which character model they are. So I had everyone look like Mario.
I didn't know that. The team selection screen really confused me.
It's not a very intuitive game, Jess. Like, it's so much better than Mutant League Hockey. There was no blood. There were no landmines. There were no meteors.
Oh, God damn it.
There were no referees that you could bribe
But
and
if
kill.
No, there weren't.
So that's 4 check marks against it right there.
Sports games in general don't age very well.
NBA Jam aged really well, but the old NES sports games, not at all.
Oh, God, no.
There was an old NES game just called NBA. Did you ever play that?
Good Lord, no. I haven't played many NES games, to be honest with you, because I didn't have an NES, and I was not... Yeah.
Have you heard of an emulator, Tom?
Yeah, of course. But I don't know what's best. That's your highest. What's your?
There used to be a football game for the Mega Drive which I used to play with my friend, and I just remember all I remember is that you could just run into each other's goals. And it ended up being about 16-on-16 by the end. It was just crazy.
There was I don't remember which Madden it was, but I think it was like 97 on the PlayStation 1 or something like that, where you could if you picked your plays fast enough, your half of the screen would go to your team breaking out of the huddle and getting on the line of scrimmage. But then you could move and go tackle the people in their huddle if you wanted to. Obviously, you'd get a penalty for it, but that was the most entertaining part of that game for me. And then if you hit people hard enough, an ambulance would come on and cart them off. So I'm not a huge fan of sports games. I like to find ways to dick around. And
I don't mind sports games. I quite like them sometimes, but it depends. I entered a FIFA competition when I was on holiday.
oh shit!
in Slovenia, they had FIFA in the hostel we were staying in, and you could enter a tournament and win alcohol.
Were they giving you alcohol during the tournament?
Yeah. It was like a pretty big thing, and I got as far as the semi-final, and then I gave my controller to another guy who'd been previously knocked out because I just said, "All right, I'm done. I'm going out now. We're going out to somewhere else." Because it was taking ages. Like every game was 5 or 10-minute halves, and then there were like loads of games to go through and loads of competitors, and you had to watch everybody's game. And when you've watched so much FIFA in one night, it does get really boring. So yeah, I kind of just left it at that.
You could have been the champ, but you went, "I'm too good for this shit," and just left.
I'm going to let somebody else win.
But then the guy I gave the controller to, he found me later on that night, and he had half a bottle of champagne in his hand, and then he gave the rest to me. And he was fucking drunk. Hey man, you gave me a chance. You gave me a second chance. Take this champagne. He's a cool guy.
There's a guy, that comedian I went to see last night. Somebody was so drunk that they fell asleep during it in the second row. And they actually noticed, and the comedian was going, "Is he dead?
Is he dead?"
It was so funny. I don't know if you heard of Jason Byrne, Tom.
He's a comedian, right? Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, the comedian I went to see. Yes, he's a comedian.
Well, oh, sorry, I just had a memory blank.
He's so funny. Just the people from up here just never cease to amaze me at comedy gigs. They're just somebody was stormed out in the middle of it because he'd lost a wallet containing £2,000. He was arguing with his girlfriend, and then the comedian cottoned onto it. He was like, "Everybody look for it." And then
he's an Irish guy, right?
Yeah, and about 5 minutes later, everybody was looking for this wallet, and then she come back and found it. And I was like, "Who has £2,000 in a wallet?"
Were you able to understand this guy if he was Irish? Because I know that your brain shuts off when you hear Irish.
Yes, I was. It was just noise.
The whole episode, just noise. He didn't happen to have a lisp, did he?
No, he didn't. It's
Okay,
fine.
good. Whew. Kirby.
Oh, we played Kirby.
Yes.
Kirby's Adventure for the NES, but Dan didn't play that one.
No,
Tom,
I
have you played Kirby
Kirby's
Adventure?
Dreamland.
I'd never played Kirby's Adventure before. I'd played Kirby's Dreamland on the Game Boy, and then when I was playing Adventure, I realized that it's pretty much exactly the same.
Pretty much.
Like this, it must be almost a direct port.
I forgot how good this game looks.
It's really good.
Very colorful, very fast-paced, very easy to control. For having played something like ice hockey and then going to Kirby, it's like, wow, these were both on the same system. Like, this shit was acceptable on the NES when they were doing stuff like this?
Yeah,
It's
they
just
pushed that system
mind-blowing.
hard.
Yeah, they did. It's fast-paced. It's very quick. I like the layout of it, too, because it's kind of broken down in your traditional platforming style of you got different worlds, but within each world there are different levels. But once you beat the level, there's kind of this overworld that you can pop around in, and there are different mini games that you can play and get different power-ups. But I've never really been a huge fan of Kirby. I think this is the only one that I've ever actually really played.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is really... I mean, apart from Dreamland on the Game Boy, which was so long ago now, I can barely remember it, to be honest. And there was more to the game than I thought as well. Like, at first, you just have the ability to float around, and then you can obviously breathe in the enemies and shoot them out and stuff. But I didn't realize that if you press down, you can take the enemy's power that you've just swallowed. I didn't realize that until like 3 levels in.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, not
I
3
didn't, I
worlds.
didn't realize that with Dreamland either. Dreamland has some tutorials, but it doesn't tell you that.
See, I thought that was just a staple of Kirby's. Everybody understands, okay, you breathe in and you absorb their power.
No,
I remembered
mean,
I remembered that from Smash Brothers, but I was like, I didn't until about halfway through. I was like, well,
yeah.
And there's so many powers that you can get, too. It's just mind-blowing how many different powers they put into that game.
Tornado was the best one for me.
Tornado is good. I liked the tire.
I don't think I got that one.
Yeah, there are enemies that look like tires, and if you breathe them in, you turn into a tire, and it just makes you invincible, and you go bulleting across the screen.
Oh, maybe I did. I'm not sure, but I just remember Tornado being good because I absolutely destroyed everything all the way to the end of the level. Just rotating around.
What did you think of the boss battles?
I played, because I did the first 2 bosses.
Okay.
So the first one was the tree, I think.
Yes.
I think. Yeah, it was kind of standard. Do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Mega Man. Like, when the boss's enemy bar gets filled up before you fight them.
Oh, yeah.
It even has the same noise, like... And
How's that go?
It was kind of odd.
The whole game itself is just goofy. The bosses don't necessarily make a lot of sense in the context. I mean, yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
It's the kind of this whole dream world that you're hanging out in. Your first level, what is it, like Vegetable Valley or something like that, and you're fighting
Vegetable
a tree.
Valley. Yeah.
Then you go into some ice cream world, and for some reason the boss is a paint roller.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then I think there's is the Butter World next?
Yeah, the Butter World is where I got to. I got about a quarter of the way through that.
Yeah, you fight the sun and the moon in there.
Okay.
And then it doesn't make any sense after that. There's a level later that's the yogurt yard, and you fight a mole. You make it to level 6, and you start fighting Meta Knight.
Meta Knight?
Meta Knight, of course, of Smash Brothers.
Oh.
And then...
Is King DDD in this one?
DDD is in there. He's the 7th world boss.
Okay.
And then the final stage, you fight a nightmare. But It's interesting how each of the bosses has a different weakness. So if you go into it with that weakness that you've collected from that level, obviously you're going to beat them with ease. But if you don't, they've designed the enemies in such a way that you can beat them quite easily too. They're pretty generic, where they throw something out at you, you have to suck it in, and then hit them at a certain time while avoiding their attacks. I didn't find any of them particularly difficult.
No.
Just more hilarious than anything. Just the game itself is so... It's just silly.
Yeah. But did you play any of the sub games, like the little mini games that you can play?
Oh yeah, I played them all.
I only played Egg Catcher. I'm not sure which other ones there were.
Egg Catcher's so hard.
I know. That's probably why I didn't try any others.
Have you guys played Dreamland before?
I don't think I have.
It's a collection of small games.
What?
So the first one is like kind of bog standard Kirby. There's 4 stages. You go from left to right. You eat enemies and kill them and shit. The next one is a Grand Prix thing where you do a race against King DDD to collect the most food and get to the checkpoint faster than him. And then the next one is a treasure hunting game where it's like you can explore all these different environments trying to find treasure, which is hidden behind different things, and you have to use different enemy powers to access different chests, etc. And the rest I didn't get time to play, but it's weird.
See, this is Kirby's Dream Land 3 on the Super Nintendo.
Is it?
That you played, right?
No, I just said Kirby's Dream Land. I think.
I think it's Dreamland 3.
Because Dreamland is the same as Adventure.
Oh no, Kirby Superstar it was, sorry.
Oh,
Superstar.
That would make a difference.
I'm going nuts. Just ignore me.
The part at the bottom, the subtitle where it says 8 games in 1, didn't give it away for you that this wasn't a full game?
No.
Oh. Okay. You should read that next time.
I should, yes, you're right.
I liked how at the end of the levels in Adventure, they dropped you out of this door and onto this platform, and you'd have to press A at the right time to rocket yourself up.
Oh, I had no idea what that was all about at first.
Did you ever make it all the way to the top?
No, I made it close, like 2 ledges down, but I didn't really know. I couldn't get the knack for it. Like, did you have to press A as soon as it appeared, or was it just a timing thing?
You press A when the platform gets as far down as you think it can go.
Oh, okay. As the first time that happened, I just was like, what?
What just landed on the first platform, barely.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, the mini games that they have were Egg Catcher, where King DDD stands on the side ropes and throws bombs and eggs at you, and you have to eat the eggs and not the bombs.
Yeah.
There was the crane, where you had to manipulate a crane with a bunch of stuffed Kirbys and pick them up for extra lives.
There was quick draw. I did play that.
Quick draw is awesome. I could never beat DDD though. I always died on that.
Yeah, I think I just beat, like, there's a couple of enemies. There's a Starman enemy, and I'm not sure what the other guy. It was like a knight. I can't remember, but it's like cowboy themed and stuff. It's really cool, like a Wild West sort of theme, and you have to press A as soon as fire is displayed on the screen.
Yeah,
and so it's just quick draw. But yeah, they're good fun, man. The Kirby Adventure is really good fun.
There's like 26 different attacks that they give you in this game, which is so many for an NES game.
Oh, what, in terms of like the enemies the enemies you encounter and you get their skills?
Yeah. About 26-ish, mid 20s, high 20s.
That's crazy. I only remember getting Tornado. There's a fire one.
Yep.
Sleep. And I can't remember the other one.
I liked Laser because that one would ricochet everywhere. Sword was really good. Parasol was stupid as hell, but there was one level where you had to use the parasol to float down between some spikes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't get that.
Then you had the variation ones where if you would destroy one of the mid-level bosses and you inhaled them, you could use their power 3 times and kill all the enemies on screen.
Oh. I think I did that once because I used it too quickly and there was only one enemy on the screen.
Yeah.
But Kirby just goes mad all over the place. A bit like pressing A on Streets of Rage.
Or Batman.
Or Batman.
It's too bad that Kirby games didn't really hold up too well over time. Wasn't the Kirby on the N64 just a hot pile of garbage?
I never played it on the N64.
Let's play that.
Oh, no, please,
What's
no.
the Crystal Shards?
I think
That's the
so.
one.
It was just, I remember it being big and clunky and slow and not fun.
Hmm.
Oh,
Got 8 out of 10 on IGN.
you're bullshitting me.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
So, no. Got
Kirby-
7.9.
Okay, that's not a 10.
I didn't say 10.
Yeah, you did. You said it got a 10 on IGN.
I said 8.
That's what I heard.
Thank you, Dan.
No, I'm agreeing with Eric.
Thank you,
Oh.
Dan.
No, it got 7.9 out of 10.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's not a 10. I don't want to play it.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Just Cause 3.
Well,
will
anyway,
get a 10.
I can't make any judgment on Kirby because I played the wrong one. So
Well, you can make a judgment on Kirby as a whole.
it's.
He's kind of like Sonic.
I didn't even know who Kirby was when I first played Smash Brothers. To be honest, I think Sonic's had more lasting appeal than Kirby, though.
Yeah, but when is the last really good mainstream Sonic game?
Sonic Generations.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
First
I'm with
one.
Tom on that. It really
Sonic
bo-
3. Sonic 3 and Knucks is the best.
It really bottomed out after the Genesis era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to play Sonic Adventure DX.
It doesn't hold up brilliant.
Toilet.
Just toilet.
Isn't there one called where Dark Sonic and stuff like that on PS2 era? Is that maybe? I remember.
Shadow.
Where Sonic. Shadow, that's it.
I just always remember hearing about a new Sonic game coming out. I'm like, maybe this will be the time that they get back to being good.
Oh, you should play Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. That was alright. That's like Wave Race, if you remember that.
Sonic Rider. Oh, yeah.
There's actually Sonic Unleashed was pretty good.
I liked the Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform. That game was really good.
Yeah, but that's just a racing game with Sonic slapped on, isn't it? It isn't really a Sonic game.
It's a Sonic game because it's got Sonic in the title.
Oh, I suppose. But Sonic Unleashed, it was good when they had these really fast-paced daytime levels where it was like classic Sonic where you could run really fast, and then they had these nighttime levels where he turned into a werehog, and it just ruined it.
What was
Mm-hmm.
there was one that was Sonic and the Golden Coins, or what was that one that came out on
Those
the
were
Wii?
the ones that came out for the Wii, yeah. They were weird. Sonic Colors is meant to be quite good.
Sonic Colors?
Yeah.
Is it a coloring game?
It is, yes.
It's like Mario Paint, I guess.
The hell is this?
You have different coloured sprites you get, and it gives you different powers.
Dan, that looks stupid.
It's meant to be good.
It kind of looks like Nights into Dreams from the Saturn.
Oh, I never played that.
That game was pretty fun for its time.
Isn't it like one of the only Saturn games that really did well or was good?
Yes.
Because it was made by the Sonic team, maybe, I think. The original Sonic team.
It was good because it looked nice. And it's like, this console looks really good. But the game's kind of shit. But the game looks good.
Yeah, it was made by the team that made the original Sonic games on Genesis, so it was supposed to be their flagship product when the Saturn came out.
I feel like for next week, since Star Wars comes out this week, I feel like we should play a Star Wars game for next week.
Yes.
What should
Revenge of the Sith.
For PS3 or PS2?
I love that. I was playing it. I've already played it, so I was playing it the other day.
Does it hold up? Would it be one worth playing a little bit of?
It's so fun. I don't know if it's just nostalgia but it's just, I love it.
All right, I'll see if I can get my hands on it. Anything else you guys want to share about Kirby? I feel like
I think that's about it.
I haven't played enough to form an opinion.
yeah, it's fun. It's. I think I plowed through most of the game in an hour and a half. It's not hard. Not hard at all. It's getting to be the time where we got to wrap it up because I've got to get to Toys R Us.
Yes, you have Amiibo to buy.
Well, I want to get one of those Mega Yarn Yoshis.
Yeah. Are you sure they've got them?
Well, they're only going to be at Toys R Us.
Are you sure this Toys R Us has them?
No clue.
Why don't you call before you go?
Because they're not open. They don't open till 9.
Oh, okay. So you could waste your time.
Could, but I could also get a Mega Yarn Yoshi.
I hope you waste your time.
You're a good friend, Dan.
I know.
We do not have any emails.
Bastards.
Tom, do you happen to have the winners up from last week's giveaway? We need to pick 3 new winners.
I can pick them now.
Do it. Because if you won a game, you should probably claim it. Otherwise, we're going to give it away to somebody else. Brianna Miller contacted me and said that she was flying back from Japan. That's why she hadn't contacted me. So she gets a pass on not.
So, okay, the first one is Mark Haddock.
Mark Haddock! You get to choose from Cthulhu Saves the World, Breath of Death 7 bundle, Qbert Rebooted, or System Shock 2. So those are the 3 that are still available.
Cool. Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, I don't think he won one last week.
Yeah, cool. And Owen Rude.
Bingo! This time we're not going to post the winners. We did that out of a courtesy last time, so if we just listed you off, Mark Haddock, Ryan Reynolds, or Owen Rude, you have to...
As in the actor, Ryan Reynolds?
Yes. We've got quite a range. Steam has been really goofy where people will give me their Steam name and I can't search them, so instead I made it a factory-sealed Steam community. Join that community. I will add you and send you your game there. But we're not going to hunt you down. If you want your game, you got to contact us. Okay.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice of you.
Yeah. We got to come up with some more giveaways, though. I want to start giving away some physical copies of stuff too, if we can.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We don't have any emails this week, but if you want to send us a question, actually, I want to hear Dan's answer from last week's question. What would your ideal Final Fantasy party be?
Final Fantasy party.
Yeah, if you could combine characters across any Final Fantasy game into a party of 4, who would they be?
And your worst
Jesus.
party.
Oh God, that's a tough one. Cloud,
Obviously.
Zell,
Okay.
VV,
Mm-hmm.
and who else we got? I like Sabin of 6.
You want 2 fist fighters?
Well, that's the thing. I'll try to might need to rethink this.
It's a loaded question, Dan.
I'm not too bothered about summoners, but I need a white mage, don't I?
Go with Yuna. Yuna's pretty BA.
Nah, I don't like Yuna much. Yuna was annoying in 10.
I don't even remember who I chose.
She had tea towels on her arms. And
Um,
worst would have to be Selfie. I never liked Selfie. Don't know why.
That's fair enough.
Aiko from 9. Didn't like Aiko.
Oh, yeah, she sucked. I forgot about her.
She was just pointless. She was just Garnet again. And who else sucked? Anybody suck on 7? Not really.
Kate Sith.
I think 13.
13, I guess, yeah. Pretty bad. Hope
yeah.
of 13. Hope.
Yeah.
So Tom and I came up with Kate Sith,
Yeah.
Queena,
Queena. I like
Hope,
Queena.
yeah.
and I
She was
put
hilarious.
I put Waka in my party as well. I can't stand Waka.
Yeah, Walker is shit.
I'm going to throw a beach ball at you.
I like the bit on Final Fantasy X when they have a section where people are cheering for Waka, and it's about 4 different actors just going Waka, 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 Waka.
So dumb. Those are send us questions like that, just goofy ass questions. Factory Sealed at manatank.com. Dan, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can find me on the Twitter or at the Frosted Sloth.
Tom, where can we find you?
You can find me at Hyperjelly.
You can find me at Honest Pizza. If you want to follow Jess and remind her when to come to the show, she's at I Am a Jess. That's going to do it for this week. We're going to play something Star Wars for next week. We'll see you all then.